Hey everybody, this is Aaron, and this is the Oxrageous post-game podcast for the Gators in Tennessee. Our Gators pull off a miraculous 10-9 win in one of the ugliest games you're ever going to see. Although, let's face it, can beating Tennessee ever really be ugly? Perhaps we had no business winning, but who cares? Just to see the looks on the fans' faces as they file out was so worth it. Because if they can't beat Florida at home after a game like that, will they ever be able to beat us again? And I mean, even Muschamp showing a little bit of life in the interview on the way out, saying he was glad to disappoint all those people in the crowd. I mean, that was great. We haven't seen Will Muschamp show that much life in a long time. And it wouldn't even be a Gator game these days if I didn't walk away to do the podcast with 30 seconds left while the Gators are taking a knee. And I hear fumble, and run in the other room. Here I am prepared to see Driscoll, who had no business being on the field at all at the end of the game, somehow fumble the ball with 40 seconds left. There was that moment of disbelief for all of us. But, of course, in a move I had never seen in 30 years, a defender reaches out and grabs the center's arm. That was a new one. I got to give him points for creativity there. I'd never seen that. But why was Jeff Driscoll on the field to take a knee at the end of the game? Anybody know? Could it be a message that he's the starting quarterback and he will be starting next week? I personally think the answer is yes. But I'm not going to get into all that right now. It's just a short post game. I'm happy we won the game. It's always fun to beat a rival, especially a rival in this case that was expecting to win today. For the first time in years, they were expecting to win. They thought they had it all wrapped up, and they still managed to blow it. Now, amazingly, Treon Harris was put in the game at all. Roper had said all week he's not going in unless there's an injury, but Driscoll was so bad. He was so putrid. Even this coaching staff felt like they had no choice. And, of course, it was an instant spark. They didn't ask Harris to do much of anything. But it doesn't matter. The team's spirits were lifted. They played like a different team. They got 2 quick scores when he was in there. It was a great moment of excitement for Gator fans. It's been a long time since we got excited about anything, even for a minute, so it was great to see. Treon Harris should start the rest of the year. I don't think he will, but he should. Let's take a quick look at the box score. Let's face it, this game was really ugly, especially on the offensive side of the ball. 230 total yards, only 76 yards passing. Running game was solid. Matt Jones ran hard as usual, 114 yards on 23 carries. As I mentioned before, Driscoll was abysmal, 11 of 23, 59 yards. Treon Harris only attempted 4 passes. The defense was fantastic. It was an amazing bounce-back game after what happened to them last week at Alabama. They obviously came to play today. But back to the offense, it was a real disappointment, especially coming off a bye week. It was brutal. I mean, shut out after 3 quarters. It sucked. But somehow, some way, the Gators find a way to beat Tennessee. 10 years in a row, which is absolutely unthinkable when you think back to the 90s and how tough of a rivalry this was. Now, going forward, if we go to Treon Harris, we're at least going to have some Gator football worth watching. I certainly can't predict what our win-loss record would be, but we got a reason again to get excited about Gator football. Jeff Driscoll has lost it. I don't know if he ever had it, but he's lost it. It's time to move on from Jeff Driscoll. So please, coaching staff, do the only thing that makes sense and start Treon Harris next week and going forward. Throw the Gator Nation a bone, please. And Kurt Roper, the Gator Nation is looking at you too. The offense has been brutal the last couple weeks. I don't know if it's Muschamp, I don't know if it's Driscoll, but we need more going forward. We need some kind of creativity from you, please. Everybody enjoyed this win. We got 3 more big ones in a row. Have a great rest of your weekend, and go Gators.